What I need every single person knowing how to do is how to trade in pre-market before the market opens and trade in after hours when the stock market is closed. And I remember this used to be, something I never even knew about. From 4 in the morning till 9:30, you can trade stocks. And you can also trade stocks from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, East Coast time, all the way to 8 o'clock at night. Now talk about how this opens up a whole world of opportunity. Last night, what did we see, guys? If we take a look at post-market and we take a look at a 5-minute chart, last night I saw ICCM go from $1 and spike all the way up towards $12. Yes, if you had a $1,000 account and you jumped in on ICCM, you could have made an $11,000 profit. And that was technically after the stock market was closed. And the day before that, we had MDGL. And MDGL at the time of 6:55 in the morning went from the time of $70 and ripped and ran all the way up to $212. And what else did we saw this morning? VRNA this morning at the time of 4 in the morning went from $15 and spiked all the way up to the top of $39. ATNF went from 35 cents all the way up to $7 on a reverse stock split. AUVI went from 95 cents all the way up to $1.55. You guys are going to start realizing that some of the biggest news every single day is going to come out in pre-market, which is going to mean that some of the biggest spikes every day come out in pre-market. What do you guys need to realize? The first things first is you have to be willing to wake up. There are going to be many times in 2023 that I will trade in pre-market or trade in after hours, and people are going to wake up or people are going to show up the next day and I'm going to say, guys, I'm up already $8,000. And you're going to say, how are you up $8,000? It's only 9 in the morning. The stock market didn't even open yet. And I sacrifice sleep for profit. Let's take a look at the best press releases today. Some of the ones that went on the best spikes. ATNX moved up around 48%. This stock went from 14 cents and spiked up to 37 cents. We ran up over 100%. What time did this press release come out? At 8 in the morning. Let's look at AUVI. This play had a press release at 7:15 in the morning. And take a look over on AUVI. This was a very nice ripper and a very nice runner. VRNA came out at 2 o'clock in the morning. That was the one that started spiking at 4 o'clock because that's when pre-market opens. So the whole trick to be super successful in pre-market trading is number one, have a news scanner. A news scanner is going to show us all the hot news that is coming on out. And once we can see the hot news coming on out, that's when we can jump in and make money right away. How do we know which ones are the best ones? Well, it's what I teach you by studying your hot keywords. As long as you guys study your hot keyword list, you guys are going to be able to be extremely successful. If you say to yourself, I will study all the 1-star words. 1-star words means if we see these in the title, they're decent. We could expect a decent spike. If we see a 2-star word, expect a very large spike. A 3-star word, watch for a huge breakout. And the 4-star words are the best that you can get. Let's see what we have. VRNA. What happened on this play today? And we can see that VRNA in the press release meets its primary and secondary endpoints on its phase 3 trials. What did I just show you? The hot keyword list shows us that we have met our endpoints. And what is that going to do? That's going to lead towards a massive spike. And we met it on our positive top line data on our phase 3 trials. So we do have meets primary and secondary endpoints in phase 3 trials. That is why this goes on a very big spike and a very big move and a very big rip. As long as we know where to look, we're going to be able to make a lot of money. ATNX, this play this morning went from 14 cents and spiked over 100%. Well, it came out with a press release and it says it reports positive trial results on breast cancer. 3-star word, we have positive trial result on, again, anything that has to do with cancer. That's going to be bringing in a lot of hype and a lot of momentum. So what are we realizing here, team? We realize, all right, if I wake up early and I can find the hottest news right away, I can buy in on these plays. But how do you actually buy in on these plays? Well, you can do it by doing this. You can go to your broker. You cannot do options. You can only do stocks and shares. So if I wanted to buy ATNX, I see news come on out, I would type out ATNX, have that all set. You must be on a limit order. So market orders will not work. Market on close, stop on quote, none of this will work. It only works on a limit order. And then the most important thing is that you have to get filled on ARCA. ARCA is going to allow you to trade in pre-market. You can see it says 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Some brokers will allow 4 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. So like TD Ameritrade does 4 a.m. all the way up to 8 p.m. And this means you can trade before everyone else can trade. Now, what's the beauty of this? Well, if you see that all the biggest spikes are happening in pre-market, you probably want to trade in pre-market, which means, hey, if I wake on up, I could finish my day before the day even technically starts. So let's say I wanted to buy ATNX. I want to get filled on this play. I see a hot press release come on out. What do you think ATNX is going to do? The moment that hot press release comes on out, ATNX is going to start spiking sky high. It's going to start going on a very big rip, a very big run, and a very big climb. What you never want to do is put an order at the bid and say to yourself, all right, hey, we just came out with hot news. Let me put an order at the bid at 199 and go ahead and click buy. Because guess what? That's not going to get filled. The bids are the buyers. They are the people that says, hey, people sell your shares to me. We want to match a seller, aka the ask. If we come out with hot news that talks about reaching positive data, no one's going to sell their shares. So guess what we have to do? We have to meet them at what they're willing to sell at. So the trick that I do, team, is that if I see the ask is at 20 cents, what I am going to do is I'm going to put an order at 21 cents. So watch this, 100 shares, and I go ahead and I click buy. Am I getting filled? The answer is no. I'm not getting filled at all. I have a pending order over here. Why am I not getting filled? Because my entry is at the bid. It's not worth me getting involved in. So I'm going to cancel this order. I want to do a limit order, but get filled just like a market order. I could again match the ask right at 20 cents. Click buy. Now I'm filled on that play. If I want to get out of this play within a second, I can match the bid. Click sell. And I'm going to be able to get out of this play relatively quickly. I'm out of that play. But in pre-market, these plays are going to be moving so fast. Here's a trick you want to do, whatever stock it is. If you have the asking price of, let's say, 20 cents, you are going to want to put in your bid price above it. Put in your bid price at 22 cents. And you might say, well, Deck, that's going to give me a bad entry. No, it won't. You're essentially tricking the level 2. You are tricking the level 2. The level 2 is going to say, no one wants to get filled at 22 cents. There's people willing to sell at 19 cents. And it's automatically just going to give you the best entry that you can have right here. If I go ahead and I click buy with an entry at 22 cents, I won't get filled at 22 cents and I won't miss that profit. The level 2 will say, this guy must have not meant to put 22 cents. Let's fill him at the best price possible, which is $19.95 or at 20 cents. Buy, boom, I'm in on this play, just got filled. Notice, did I get filled at 21 cents? The answer is no. I got filled on my cost basis, which is the best current price available. The reason why I tell you this is because when news comes out on plays, we can tell stocks just go straight up. I know I'm going to be battling with a million other people that are spiking the stock on up. All I'm going to do on this play, I'm going to put in a large ask order and I'm just going to get filled at wherever the best bid throws me. Your biggest issue when you come out with hot news is just going to be getting filled. So that's very important to me. That's what I want you guys to start understanding. So let's think about this at this point, traders. Why do we want to trade in pre-market? Because the best spikes of the day happen in pre-market. That means the most money is going to be made in pre-market. Wouldn't that mean that's the time that I want to get involved into it? Why is there the most money made in pre-market? Because that is when the hottest news comes out. It's a race. First come, first serve, whoever jumps in that play earliest. And the only way to get filled on that play is by doing limit orders with the ARCA setting and doing, again, jumping the ask and getting filled right away.